There's no doubt joining the British royal family is like enrolling in the world's toughest reality show. Strict rules, weird traditions, and zero room for error. And yet, after almost a decade, Meghan Markle still manages to forget the basics, like the part where she's not supposed to act like she's auditioning for the Real Housewives of Windsor. Prince Harry gets plenty of attention, but today it's Meghan's turn in the spotlight. We're diving into her most cringe-worthy royal moments, the kind that make even Buckingham Palace facepalm. Stay tuned, because you definitely don't want to miss the moment Meghan accidentally revealed a little too much to the cameras. Royal protocol slip-up. It's awkward enough hanging out with your in-laws without your partner. Now imagine your in-laws are the actual British royal family. Yeah, not exactly a chill Sunday brunch. They're not like normal families, and that's exactly where Meghan's royal nightmare begins. There's a long list of royal rules, and let's be honest, it's more confusing than Netflix's terms of service. But hey, Meghan knew what she was signing up for when she said, "I do" to Prince Harry, or at least she thought she did. But let's be real, remembering every royal rule is like trying to memorize the Wi-Fi password at Buckingham Palace. That's when Meghan had one of her first royal oops moments. It happened right after she said "I do" to her real-life prince in 2018. During her big day out with the Queen, everything seemed perfect until it wasn't. Apparently, things got a little royally awkward on the way out. Someone told Meghan to hop in the car before the Queen. Small problem? No one told the Queen that. So when Her Majesty started walking toward the door, Meghan actually stopped her and asked,
"Why are you gay?"
"Do you want to go first?" But being the ultimate pro she was, the Queen just smiled and let Meghan get in. Like, "All right, rookie, go ahead." It turns out the Queen knew exactly what she was doing. Turns out the Queen actually prefers sitting behind the driver. Royal habit, not Uber logic. But normally, you're always supposed to let Her Majesty go first, no matter what. Prince Harry dis. For those who don't know, the royals actually have rules about PDA. Yep, even hand-holding comes with a royal manual. And for Meghan and Harry, who act like they're starring in their own rom-com 24/7, that's pure torture. They can flirt all they want until grandma walks in. Then it's hands off, halos on, and pretend nothing ever happened. That's where things got awkward. The kind of royal cringe you can feel through the screen. The Queen, who practically invented self-control, was never seen holding her husband's hand in public. So yeah, that rule's kind of a big deal. But Meghan, she went for it anyway, reaching for Harry's hand mid-event. A sweet move, but also a royal uh-oh moment heard around the world. Harry's grandma was right there, front and center, when Meghan reached for his hand. Cute moment? Not quite. The second she did, Harry pulled away and locked his hands together like he'd just seen a royal ghost. Ouch. That's not just awkward, that's Buckingham-level awkward. It looked like he was dissing her, but in reality, he was just doing what every grandson does when grandma's around, trying not to get that royal death stare, a snub of royal proportions. When a video from the royal family's 2018 Christmas outing hit Instagram, fans spotted something juicy, possible royal tension. Meghan seemed to be chatting with Prince William, but he looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. The clip was short, but the awkward silence? Oh, that spoke volumes. According to Cosmopolitan, William seemingly ignored her to spend about 1,000,000 years fixing his scarf, the most royal way to dodge a convo ever. Body language experts tried to smooth it over, saying he just doesn't like public displays of emotion after everything with his parents. Maybe true. Or maybe Meghan wasn't even talking to him at all. Either way, that scarf's never been adjusted so passionately in royal history. According to expert Judy James, Meghan might have actually been smiling at Kate, not William, meaning poor William could have been completely out of the loop. So maybe he wasn't ignoring her, just caught in that classic, "Wait, are you talking to me or someone else?" Royal confusion. Dad drama? Okay, every family's got their fair share of drama, but Meghan's? Hers could be its own Netflix series, and not the kind she'd want to promote. From feuds to full-on chaos, her family takes the crown for royal-level mess. And trust me, we'll get into that circus later in the video. So stay tuned, because things are about to get messy. We're talking about the most embarrassing family member of them all, Meghan's dad. Yeah, the drama runs deep. It got so bad, he didn't even make the guest list for her royal wedding. Totally iced out. So what went down between Meghan and her dad? Well, apparently it's a lot worse than you think. Meghan's dad has turned chasing attention into a full-time job. He's posed for paparazzi, thrown shade at Harry, and even tried to cash in on his daughter's fame. It's like every tabloid's dream and Meghan's worst nightmare. The royal family hates drama, so you can bet this kind of circus makes them cringe behind palace doors. She knows exactly how awkward this whole mess is for her new royal in-laws. And apparently, Meghan decided to handle it the classy way, with a letter. Yep, a handwritten "please stop embarrassing me" moment. Don't worry, we'll spill all that royalty later. And honestly, it's kind of funny. Even celebrity couples have family drama that deserves its own reality show. Even though Meghan and Prince Harry wear crowns now, they still act like a totally normal couple, joking, teasing, and all that. But here's the twist. Being normal isn't exactly royal approved. When they're out in public, every move is watched, every smile is measured, and one wrong gesture can turn into tomorrow's headline. You'd expect Meghan to call him Prince Harry or maybe Your Royal Highness, right? Nope. When she accidentally revealed her real pet name for him, everyone's jaw hit the floor. Turns out she calls him My Love. Simple, sweet, and somehow scandalous when you're talking about actual royalty. So picture this. Meghan and Harry at a London theater, all smiles, posing with the cast on stage. Everything's classy and royal, until Meghan casually turns to him and says, "Can you see, my love?" Boom. The crowd lost it. You could feel every Brit in the room collectively gasp. Like, did she just call the prince my love in public? A giggle fit in church. None other than One Direction's Liam Payne took the stage to sing John Mayer's "Waiting on the World to Change." Yep, a pop star serenading royalty. What could possibly go wrong? As the song ended and the audience politely clapped, cameras caught that moment. Harry and Meghan sharing a sneaky glance. Harry raised an eyebrow. Meghan couldn't hold back her laugh, and suddenly it looked like the royal couple was roasting Liam Payne mid-service. Were they laughing at the performance? We may never know, but the internet sure had its theories. Still, the royal couple was literally caught giggling in church. Yes, in church. Awkward, definitely, but also kind of hilarious. For a split second, Meghan and Harry looked less like royals and more like two classmates trying not to laugh during morning assembly. See-through skirt. And just when things couldn't get more awkward, Meghan's see-through skirt decided to join the drama too. When you're Meghan Markle, every step you take is basically a red carpet event. Cameras everywhere, no escape. Being camera ready isn't optional. It's royal survival. But here's the thing, no one warns you how brutal bright lights can be. And in October 2018, Meghan learned that lesson the very hard way. That's when Meghan accidentally gave the world a little extra showtime. To be fair, the lighting at home probably said, "You're good, girl." But once she stepped outside, boom, sunlight said, "Surprise, it's see-through season." Let's just say everyone got a peek Meghan definitely didn't plan to give. That's because her elegant blue dress turned into a surprise headline. It went completely see-through under the sunlight. You could almost hear her stylist screaming in slow motion. When those photos surfaced, she must have wished for a cloud or two. Luckily, nothing scandalous was exposed. Just a reminder that even royals need a sunlight test before stepping out again. The award mix-up. During her engagement to Prince Harry, Meghan had her big royal test, presenting awards at the Endeavour Fund ceremony. Sounds simple, right? Except this wasn't any event. It was Harry's own project, honoring injured military heroes. The pressure was on, the cameras were rolling, and let's just say, things didn't go exactly as planned. The event usually runs smoother than royal silk, but in 2018, chaos struck. Meghan was on stage with her co-presenter, all smiles and confidence, until the notes got mixed up. Suddenly, the Duchess was caught in that uh-oh moment every student knows, standing there, smiling, and pretending everything's totally fine. Her co-presenter fumbled through his papers like a student who forgot his speech, finally blurting out, We've got different notes." The crowd chuckled nervously, but Meghan, ever the actress, jumped in with a smile and a laugh, turning the awkward silence into a royal comedy moment. She basically saved the poor guy and the show. Price tag. Once again, Meghan's wardrobe makes the headlines, and not for the right reasons. Yep, another oops moment, but this one came with a twist. She was totally covered. No sheer fabric, no see-through drama, yet somehow, it still managed to reveal more than she probably planned. Classic Meghan. Even when she's modest, she steals the spotlight. This time, it wasn't a see-through dress making Meghan blush. It was something way more cringe. On day 10 of the royal tour, she stepped out in a stunning red gown, picture perfect as always, until fans zoomed in. And let's just say, once you notice what's going on with her feet, you can't unsee it. As Meghan walked away, something unexpected peeked out from under her gown. And yep, it was exactly what it looked like, the price tag. A royal price tag moment. caught in HD. Now, for most of us, that's just a quick laugh. But for a duchess on royal duty, that's front page embarrassment. You'd think someone on her team would have snipped it off, but nope, the tag made its grand debut right along with her. Banana messages. Fans of Meghan and Harry know they've got hearts of gold. They're always showing up for good causes and charity events. But Meghan being Meghan, she doesn't just shake hands like a proper royal. Nope, she goes in for the hug. Sweet? Yes. But in royal world, that's basically breaking the sound barrier of etiquette. And of course, it caused a royal stir. This next awkward moment had good intentions. But wow, Meghan totally missed the mark. During a visit to a charity kitchen, she suddenly had what she thought was a brilliant idea. The charity helps women in tough, high-risk situations. And Meghan, ever the problem solver, decided to lend a royal hand. Let's just say, it didn't go quite how she imagined. Meghan wanted to spread some kindness. Sweet idea, right? But then she took it a little too literally. Instead of writing uplifting notes on cards, she wrote them on bananas. Yep, actual bananas. If you're confused, you're not alone. The internet sure wasn't peeling with laughter. The whole thing went viral, and people called it one of her most appealing royal flops yet. An overly affectionate back rub? As a royal, Meghan can't even blink without it being analyzed. And when it comes to PDA, forget it. A simple kiss on the cheek? Scandal. Holding hands? Headline. Every tiny gesture between her and Harry turns into a royal debate. Like affection itself needs palace approval. So when Meghan placed her hand on Harry's back during a royal outing, the internet basically lost its mind. Some called it too much PDA. Others called it just a loving touch. And the rest? They were zooming in and debating it like it was breaking news. Only in royal life could a simple back rub turn into a full-blown controversy. One person on Twitter called it not affectionate, but a reminder that she wants his full attention, while another roasted her, saying it was embarrassing for a 40-year-old woman. Brutal. The moment itself wasn't that bad, but the internet drama that followed? Now that was the real awkward moment. The rest of the fam. Remember when we said Meghan Markle's family is a little complicated? Well, buckle up, because her dad's drama was just the trailer. The rest of the family? That's the full movie. If you think your relatives are chaotic, wait till you hear what's next. This one makes Thanksgiving dinner look peaceful. Think your family's wild? Just wait. Meghan's relatives have turned drama into a full-time sport. Her half-sister even published a whole book spilling so-called family secrets. But here's the kicker. Almost no one's buying it. Just like her dad, people saw right through it. Another Markle trying to ride Meghan's royal spotlight for their own 15 minutes of fame. It got so bad that even a radio host couldn't take it. They straight up called Meghan's half-sister out and hung up on her live on air. That's how messy it's gotten. At this point, it feels like Meghan's relatives have turned Embarrass the Duchess into a side hustle. Honestly, it's less a family tree and more a reality show gone wrong. But hey, that's Meghan's new reality. Royal title or not, the family drama never quits. Even her own nephew called the whole clan embarrassing. He admitted they were never that close, but after watching his dad and aunt turn into tabloid regulars, he's cringing too. And if he's embarrassed, imagine how Meghan feels watching her family roast themselves in public. Being dubbed a fat lady. Imagine being 7 months pregnant, glowing, royal, and then someone calls you a fat lady to your face. Yep, Meghan Markle didn't have to imagine that one. It actually happened. Talk about a royal yikes moment, the kind you smile through while dying inside. While visiting Mayhew Animal Home, Meghan met a sweet Jamaican-born woman named Peggy, who told her, "What a lovely lady you are. May God bless you." Adorable, right? It started off as the perfect royal moment. Warm smiles, kind words, and then came the plot twist. But then, the sweet moment took a sharp left turn. Peggy looked at Meghan's baby bump and cheerfully said, "And you're a fat lady." The room laughed, Meghan included.
And you're a fat lady? I'll take it.
But you know that had to sting just a little. Talk about a royal compliment gone rogue. Thankfully, Meghan handled it like a pro. She laughed it off and kept it classy. Turns out, no harm was meant at all. As one Jamaican user on Twitter explained, that's just how we say, "You're very pregnant." So, not an insult, just a cultural curveball that gave the royals a mini heart attack. Physical displays of affection. As we've said before, royal PDA is basically a no-fly zone, but that hasn't stopped Meghan from pushing the limits. She just can't help sneaking in a little affection for Harry, even with the royal rulebook watching. You'd think she'd learn after the first hands-off moment, But nope, this lesson's taking a long royal minute to sink in. Time after time, Meghan's been caught on video trying to sneak a little affection. And time after time, Harry's been caught dodging it like it's part of royal training. Remember that moment when they were greeting school kids? Meghan reached out to put her hand on his back, but Harry didn't budge, leaving her hand awkwardly floating midair. The ultimate royal hover hand. Painful. And honestly, kind of hilarious. She definitely got the hint, but wow, it was rough to watch. You could tell she just wanted a little comfort from her husband. But the timing? Way off. It was like reaching for a hug in the middle of a press conference. Hopefully she didn't take it too personally, though her body language at the end said it all. Awkward, tense, and just a little heartbroken. Leaked letter. It's no secret Meghan Markle's family drama could fill an entire season of reality TV, especially when it comes to her dad. We've already spilled plenty of tea there, but there's one more twist fans need to know. Apparently, things behind the scenes were even messier than anyone realized. Meghan poured her heart out in a private letter to her dad, hoping, maybe, for a little peace. But what did he do? The exact opposite. Instead of keeping it between them, he handed it straight to the press. Classic move. You'd think after getting a 5-page, please do better letter from your daughter, you'd lay low. But nope, he turned it into headline material. In that letter, Meghan told her dad he'd broken her heart into a million pieces. Literally. She begged him to stop lying, stop believing tabloid gossip, and stop selling her out. She even said most of what he told the press was completely made up. She clearly trusted him to keep it private. But when he leaked it anyway, that betrayal probably stung worse than anything the media ever wrote. So the big question is, was that the final straw? Or will Meghan actually give her dad one more chance? Honestly, it's hard to tell. But one thing's for sure. Every time this family drama hits the headlines, it's another royal facepalm for Meghan, and probably another headache for the palace PR team.
Meghan's obsession with always being in control. In this clip from Lunch with the Minister of Defense, Harry does the gentlemanly thing, helping a woman up the steps. But watch closely. Here comes Meghan's claw of control. She leans in, maneuvering him like she's steering a puppet, even peeking in front of him to see who dares get his attention. Meghan completely ignores the woman, who was about to stand on Harry's other side. Instead, Meghan directs Harry to stand next to her, leaving the woman awkwardly pushed back to the edge of the stage. The woman even points where she wanted to stand. Meghan just flashes a smug smile and leaves her stranded by the stairs, isolated, while Meghan basks in the spotlight with her classic "I'm better than you" smirk. We've seen Meghan use her famous claw of control on Harry over and over, steering him around like he's her puppet. Meghan's hand is always on Harry's back, not as a sweet gesture, but as a steering wheel directing this grown man exactly where she wants him. Even at one of their final royal events, Harry tried to speak to someone across the room, but Meghan yanked him back like a dog on a leash. And this isn't rare. It happens at almost every event they go to, whether it's the Invictus Game, their royal duties, or Nigeria. This power dynamic between Harry and Meghan is always the same. We all saw Meghan's rudeness to Dr. Sophie at the polo match, even though Sophie is the chair of the charity that hosted them that weekend. Not even a high-ranking title could save her from Meghan Markle's cold stage manners. There's this one clip I still can't believe is real. It's that ridiculous. Forget Meghan's VMA club outfit for a second. Why is she planted in front of Harry like a human wall? He tries to move her over and she shifts maybe a centimeter. You can see he's annoyed, and even the woman next to him is giving Meghan side-eye as she tries to make space. The whole thing is bizarre. Meghan's blocking him like she's the lead singer ditching the band, clearly wanting her jewelry front and center instead of hidden. It's just weird and honestly off-putting. Here's another moment from the trip. Harry goes to greet people, and within seconds, that famous claw is on his back, shoving him aside so Meghan can insert herself. Harry even shoots her a nasty look. The man turns back to Harry, but Meghan can't stand that. She flashes an aggressive smile, scans the room, chest puffed out, inching closer until the man is forced to address her too. As Harry talks, she gives him this empty, glitchy smile, and honestly, it's downright creepy. It's just like that nasty glare she gave her own mom when Doria dared to speak for 2 seconds in front of Meghan. Meghan muttering to herself, completely camera obsessed. Meghan talking to herself for the cameras. Classic. She's always calculating the shot. How can I make this look effortless, poetic, like I'm a real-life fairy tale princess? We saw it at the Queen's funeral with her one perfect stage tear. Real grief doesn't pose for cameras with closed eyes and a dramatic chin lift. Most people look down, but Meghan, she gave us Broadway. And you might think, Hollywood Confidential, you're overthinking it. But am I? In this clip, we see Meghan laughing and looking around like Harry just said something funny. But rewatch it. Harry's just wiping his nose, and the man next to her isn't even speaking. Yet she's sitting there cackling to herself. Why? Of course, for the cameras. There's even a moment where everyone is looking in another direction, probably listening to whoever's talking, but Meghan is making this bizarre face and clapping. And for what? No clear reason, other than making sure the camera stays on her. Then there's this clip where Meghan pretends she's part of Harry's conversation. Harry's talking to the man next to him, and Meghan jumps in with her fake laugh while Harry's face stays blank. The whole thing is painfully awkward, especially when Meghan flashes that aggressive smile while Harry just looks confused. Even the woman behind her seems entertained, watching the foolishness unfold. Another awkward moment happened at the Invictus Games. Harry's talking to the man next to him, while Meghan, who was singing along to Sweet Caroline, suddenly starts aggressively smiling and leaning toward their conversation. Meghan, there's no way you were actually involved or even heard a word with the man so far away and the crowd plus music blasting. But that doesn't stop her from scanning the room, smiling and laughing at nothing. By the end, she's clearly trying to make eye contact with this man, who isn't looking at her at all. And then there's another event where she spots the camera twice in just 30 seconds, instantly turning up the act just for the lens. And what's with her constant room scanning? It's so strange and robotic. If I were her publicist, I'd tell her to stop.
Huh? Huh?
This also happened at another Invictus Games event where cameras caught her scanning the crowd, desperate for someone to react so she could respond. Her behavior comes off manic, like she can't even fake focusing on what's happening in front of her. Instead, she's hunting for attention in photo ops. At one point, she flashes her blazer open while looking around, then starts bouncing and scanning again, even though no one's watching. She even seems to mutter "stop it" to herself, and when the crowd claps for a score, she claps too, but still keeps searching for someone to notice her. This was right before they got booted from Charles's fancy garden party. Meghan was allegedly whining that she was bored and wanted to leave. Well, word got back to Charles and Camilla, and guess what? Wish granted. Don't let the royal gate hit you on the way out, sweetheart. Oh, and here, take these gifts, the ones you're definitely not supposed to be accepting. So they showed up late to the performance. The crowd's already clapping, but of course they think it's for them. Look at that grin like she just won an award. And keep an eye on the woman in the top left. She says something, but I can't tell what. If you can read lips, drop it in the comments. Serious face and top left lady are a whole mood. We're at their last Commonwealth event, and surprise, Meghan spots a camera and starts gawking like it's her close-up. But Sophie catches her in the act, and boom, most awkward flag wave ever. Now Meghan's bulldozing through chairs like it's a Black Friday sale just to get in front of Sophie. And that look Sophie throws at Harry's wife. moment where she starts talking to herself, wearing that fake, empathetic smile, even though Harry isn't even looking her way. Watch the baby in front. That look says it all. I don't know about you, but I always trust a baby's judgment when it comes to strangers. They just know. What's that, Harry? We're supposed to meet veterans who've been waiting to see us. Oh, don't worry. I can totally hijack that too. Because it's not about them. It's about me. Bit slippery today, huh? Maybe it wouldn't be if you didn't show up to a wedding dressed like a walking duvet. Who knew bedspreads were in this season? Here's Meghan having a full-on convo with herself. And look, the Queen is totally thrilled or not. And yeah, here comes the famous moment. She shoves her way in front like she owns the place. Just wandering around like, what do I get? Move, folks. Meghan's on a mission to steal the spotlight. Here we go. Digging through Haz's stuff like it's a yard sale. Couple of houses, some drama, and friends standing there like, girl, what are you doing? Meanwhile, she's backing away all sneaky like a guilty little spider caught in the cookie jar. This is the part where she's bossing Harry around like a stage mom. Then boom, some other lady dares to take over. Meghan's face not amused. If you watch the whole thing, folks say a big fight probably happened before this. And the cherry on top, she's mad he didn't hand her the pen like a royal servant. Oh yeah, he's definitely getting an earful later. This one's my favorite. Kids don't lie. And they definitely don't fake it. Not even Meghan's acting can win them over. And look at Harry trying to play the tough dad, scolding the kid like, hey, show some respect. Nice try, champ. All right, watch that side eye right there. She's giving him the look of death. And Harry man's squirming like he needs a bathroom now. All fidgety and weird. Yeah, they've 100% been arguing about something. You can feel the tension through the screen. All right, y'all. This is her big USO moment. Just watch. You can feel the awkward... Nobody's vibing with her. They're dodging eye contact like it's contagious. The guy on her right looking like he needs a restraining order. Now she's into the drumming like she's headlining Coachella. And that giant space around her, not a fan club. That's a get away from me zone. Girl, stop. Our troops didn't sign up for this mess. I'm physically cringing. What is she even doing? And those arms. One thing's for sure, nobody paid for this show. Here they are landing in New Zealand. And wow, rookie move. Short skirt, long open jacket on a windy day. Girl, it's not a fashion show. It's a weather warning. Looks like she's about to flash the whole runway. Honestly, Harry probably isn't complaining, but the wind sure is doing all the talking. Ah yes, the infamous scarf moment. Will's already messing with it like it's attacking him. Should we start counting? How long it takes before he uses it as an escape plan? Anything to avoid talking to Harry's wife. He's practically begging Kate with his eyes. Please stand between us. Save me. Morocco, and here she goes, sprinting for no reason like she's in a movie. Then boom, almost face plants. But hey, credit where it's due, that deep squat in those fancy clothes, kind of impressive, Olympic gold and dodging embarrassment. Here they are meeting the King of Morocco, and yep, she's at it again. Elbows out, pushing through like she owns the palace. Super classy or not, that's a big no-no over there. But Meghan's like, rules? Never heard of them. This was the 50th anniversary of Charles being made Prince of Wales. Big deal, right? He tells Harry and Meghan to hang back, senior members only. But nope, here they come, creeping up like two cranky crabs who didn't get the memo. He's literally telling her to stay put, and they keep inching forward. Finally, someone behind them's like, guys, wait, super awkward. Then they get waved through just to stand and wait again. The best part, everyone else is pretending they don't even exist. Classic. Mama almost grabs her belly, then remembers, oops, no baby in there. Old habits really do die hard. Muscle memories working overtime, but the bump's long gone. Thank you. That's really why we're here. Yep, this is what they ditched the memorial for, folks. Priorities. Who needs honoring the dead when there's a photo op waiting? Easy there, down boy. It's a red carpet, not a fire drill. And now enjoy some heartwarming clips of Meghan and Harry's adoring fans. All 5 of them. Blink and you might miss the crowd.
Meghan Markle, the charlatan duchess upon the royal family.
And she always pulls this same act, and you can see the pattern from their Nigeria trip, to the Invictus Games, to pretty much every trip they've taken since they got together. If Harry starts talking to someone next to him at an event, she instantly pretends she's part of it, even talking to herself. It's needy and desperate, especially since Harry never cuts her off to steal attention. Yet she treats him like a sidekick, which brings me to my next point. More moments that will make you cringe. Do you know how humiliating it is to no longer work for a certain company or family, yet your only claim to fame is still tied to them? I got full-on secondhand embarrassment when the British national anthem plays, and they stand to honor the same country and the same people they trash in the media almost every day. Funniest part, they don't represent the UK or the US, yet they're standing there, big, mad, and awkward as hell. There was another moment where Meghan got a gift from a school child, and by the end, she couldn't even hide it. Her mask slipped, and she looked at the gift with pure disgust. But what's even funnier, and honestly more concerning, then there's the fact that a fugitive wanted in the US welcomed Harry and Meghan in Lagos. Yep, Dr. Alan Onyema, wanted for money laundering and $20 million bank fraud. He's also the founder and CEO of of Air Peace, the Nigerian airline they use for their 3-day tour. Someone had to sponsor them, and apparently the prestigious Harry and Meghan had no problem with a wanted fugitive. That's scandalous. If you want respect, you don't cozy up to criminals. If this were William and Catherine, Meghan and Harry would have flooded the press with outrage over media bias. But because it's them, silence. Just like Harry, who was all smiles at a dinner supporting African parks, yet stayed quiet about the scandal involving the Baka people and the abuse they've suffered from guards hired by African Park. As I said in part 1, it's been months since they were urged to speak, and still nothing. Almost like they only care when it's good press, not when it's the uncomfortable truth. During their visit to the Light Academy, Meghan and Barry went on with the same tired 2-sentence script about mental health. This is your story, and it's okay not to be okay.
Every single one of you has a story.
Because it's okay not to be okay.
Like, wow, how poetic, how life-changing. Because no one's ever said that before, right? Please, every celebrity preaches about mental health now. At least learn enough to offer more than 2 generic lines artists have been singing about for years. Yet Harry acted like he was groundbreaking when he asked students what they'd do if they didn't see their friend smiling in class.
If you see your friend in your class not smiling, what are you going to do?
Maybe because they're busy doing their math work, I don't know. He even paused for a moment, like he was waiting for applause that never came.
What are you going to do?
While Meghan gave him this creepy smile, then tried to act quirky with a fake laugh. Like, haha, see why I married him? He's so smart.
Do you see why I'm married to him? He's so smart.
Then she told a story, which I'm sure is a lie, about how 2-year-old Lily supposedly saw her reflection in Meghan's tiny pupil. And of course, Meghan turned it into some big inspirational moment on stage.
Interestingly, so our daughter Lily, she's much, much tinier than you guys. She's about to turn 3. And a few weeks ago, she looked at me, and she could just see the reflection in my eyes, and she goes, "Mama, I see me in you."
Having 2 unqualified people mumbling random words together doesn't make it inspiring. What happened to public figures giving speeches we'd actually remember? Ones that truly help. Instead, we get Harry saying the bare minimum about mental health. How do you preach something you can't even manage yourself? You think your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, or father are smiling while you constantly attack them in the media. He can't even help himself, yet claims he wants to help others with generic lines he doesn't even live by.
Put your hand up if you are unsure of what mental health means. Okay, so you all know what mental health means.
Then you've got Meghan telling some made-up deep story about a 2-year-old. Please, the whole thing is a bore. You'd get better, more useful advice from a random guy at a gas station. The First Lady of Nigeria publicly shades Meghan. The cherry on top of this trip was Nigeria's First Lady publicly shading Meghan right after. Senator Oluremi Tinubu, wife of President Bola Tinubu, didn't hold back telling the audience that young men and women should dress modestly, not copy American celebrities, and that Nigerians show beauty and confidence without dressing half naked.
Is we have to salvage our children. You know, we see the way they dress, they keep forgetting that Nigeria, we are beautiful. The moment you can see what they showcase on the stage, I said we are fashionable, we see what is going on. You know, we are not having a Met Gala, and everyone, their nakedness is just everywhere. And the men are well clothed. Even they are mimicking and trying to emulate film stars from America. They don't.
Who's an American celeb who brags about being so American? She couldn't even fit in with the Brits. Meghan Markle.
Don't want to wave like an American, like,
And who just went to Nigeria wearing a backless dress at a school, a tube top at a professional lunch, and a beach dress to an event. Yep, Meghan Markle. After saying all that, Senator Oluremi Tinubu even brought up Meghan's trip to Nigeria.
Film stars from America, they don't know where they come from. Why did Meghan come here looking for Africa?
So it's pretty clear Meghan was the image in the First Lady's mind when talking about dressing modestly in Nigeria. Plus, neither the First Lady nor the President came to greet them. It felt like they were annoyed by this unofficial royal visit. And Meghan twirling in a backless dress at a school in front of kids, while the First Lady said, "We have to salvage our children," is all the proof you need. She was talking about Meghan.
We see the way they dress, they keep forgetting that Nigeria, we are beautiful. That is not beautiful. It's not beautiful at all. And they're all beautiful girls.
Paris Fashion Week. At Paris Fashion Week, Meghan Markle made her big return, but things got awkward fast. When she tried to chat with Dame Kristen Scott Thomas, the actress completely ignored her. No eye contact, no smile, nothing. The clip went viral instantly, and fans crowned Dame Kristen the queen of subtle, savage shade.